When to use hypnotic suggestions. I've had students ask me and other therapists ask me, when do I use hypnotic suggestions in your session when you're doing advanced conversational therapy? And I say this in the class, I don't. I don't give any suggestions, and I have not done in any of my sessions with my clients because you don't need to. When you do ACH or advanced conversational therapy, you don't have to do any kind of suggestions. Your client's going to give you all the information that you need. Your client will give you the issue. Your client's going to find the resources. Your client's going to tell you exactly what they need to hear. And the only way that your client is going to resonate with the resources is by hearing them tell you. You're not going to suggest anything because you would not know what to suggest. You can't even prepare any suggestions for people suffering from weight loss, people that are addicted to smoking, any kind of addiction, any kind of narcissism, any kind of inability to stay in a relationship or infidelity, any of those issues and even more, you can't suggest those alternatives to your clients because they aren't going to resonate with any of your suggestions because that's your conclusion. That's your assumption. The only person that is really going to understand what they can do is your client. Your client has all the answers. All you need to do is give it a bit of a bait, reel it in, and you'll have it. You don't have to do anything. And there's been times in my sessions where I've asked a question and they've gone into this gaze and they've just gone into a thought and processed it. And they've told me, oh, I need to go for a run. I need to wake up earlier. I need to do this, this, and that. Your client's going to give you exactly what they need to do. They'll find what the problem is. They'll go into the root cause. And you know what? Maybe they even might have a regression. But you haven't forced that on them. You haven't suggested go back into when you were 5, go back into your inner child when you were playing in a playground or, you don't have to do any of that. And really trying to make that happen for your client isn't going to find the solution. It isn't going to go where the root cause is. And when you do the advanced conversational therapy, you will even see maybe there's a problem over here and they'll tell you, well, I can't do that because of, and they'll find their solution, they'll find their resource, and they'll go on for a bit and then they'll find, well, I can't do that because of this, because I can't play in the playground because I'm scared that the swing's going to hit me at the back of my head. But I'll find that if I just step away from the swing, it won't hit me. But then again, how will I get back onto it? So you'll find that they'll bring up certain other aspects, certain other knots that you need to pick up on. And we explain that in the course, how to pick up those knots, what to do with those knots, how to utilize those knots, because that at the end of the day is what's stopping them from stopping smoking, eating healthier, going to the gym. They might stop having relationships outside of their marriage or, whatever it is you need to find, that just having that conversation and them going within themselves to conclude, even as a term, if you will, that they have to find their own resources. But to do that, they have to go into finding what that knot is. And as you, the therapist, you picking up on that gives you way more opportunity of dealing with the problem, and you set yourself different from other therapists. You actually save time because you're not getting them into a relaxed state. You're not having to give them suggestions, even though it's your suggestion and not their suggestion. So there is no suggestions that I give with my clients, and I don't teach you about suggestions.